Junior Showman, exhibitor number 3, does an excellent job with how she presents herself. Ideally, she might want to be just a little more aggressive with how she handles that pig up in the front 1/3. I think once again, she gets a little too excited and thus that pig wants to run. So she needs to maybe just calm down just a little bit and that pig maybe won't try to run away so quickly. She does a good job, maybe just a little bit more eye contact and control of that pig. But all in all, a fairly decent showman today. Exhibitor number 4, I think, does an excellent job with keeping his calmness and composure when he's trying to show his pig. He maybe needs to use that stick a little bit closer up towards that head and that neck instead of maybe just laying it on the shoulders of the animal. But ideally, I think once again, I appreciate how calm he is and how well he presents that animal. I might need also just a little more eye contact, but he's done a very good job with how he presents his animal and himself today. Exhibitor number 5 is presenting himself fairly well with his dress attire and how clean his animal is for showmanship. I think in general does a good job with how he keeps that pig moving and rolling from that standpoint. Might want to be just a tick more aggressive, maybe to try to get that head up on that hog, and once again to keep it moving. Try not to use your knees if you can for showmanship. That's not really always the best thing. And try to give me just a little more eye contact looking at that camera. But excellent job with keeping that pig for the most part on the move. Just once again, try not to use your hand on the back of the pig or maybe use your knees when you're showing your animal. Exhibitor number 6, I think, does an outstanding job with really keeping that pig moving. The pig naturally wants to keep its head up, and he does a good job with how they present themselves, that exhibitor does, and really keeps a good job of keeping that animal on the move and keeping it going. Maybe the proper pace there, has excellent eye contact, trying to keep the focus there and keep control, is also doing a great job of showing me the different angles of that animal out here for showmanship. Just to be aware, try to be careful when you try not to cross over in front of the view of your camera and block that animal's view. You maybe just want to keep that in mind for the future. And I know it's difficult when you're using a camera, but you've done an excellent job for us with how you're showing that pig today. Exhibitor number 7 is a very calm and collective showman. I think once again does a really good job with how she presents herself and her animal. Certainly has that proper pace down pat. I would ask for just a little more eye contact if you can, to try to look maybe towards that camera just a little bit, and then try to keep up with your pig maybe so it doesn't quite run away. But excellent job there in the beginning with how you presented yourself. Just work a little bit harder to keep a little better control and to slow that one down so it doesn't run away from you. Exhibitor number 8 needs maybe just a little bit more aggression to try to keep that pig moving. The pig wants to kind of stop, and then the exhibitor wants to panic just a little bit. But I think once again, they have the fundamentals down. They're doing a great job with trying to have some eye contact. Just be aware too that you don't want to try to cross over in front of that view of that pig close to the camera. You want to try not to block that view, but just stand back a little bit. You're kind of there at that shoulder. I need you to stand back towards that hip, and then that way it's a little easier for you to drive that animal from the front 1/3 and kind of maybe make it turn just a little better for you. Excellent presentation there on your dress and attire for showmanship. So excellent job today. Thank you. Exhibitor number 9, I think, does a great job with the turns on that pig, trying to get the pig's head to move and to turn and keep the pig within motion. I think you do a great job of doing that there in the beginning. Once again, you did an excellent job with that. Try not to use your knees and try to keep that hog, if you can, away from the fence and the wall. That way you can kind of show the judge more views of that animal. But certainly I think you got the fundamentals down and know how to use that whip properly. Maybe the pig wasn't quite as cooperative for you today for showmanship. Exhibitor number 10, I think, is really more calm and collective and laid back. I maybe need to see just a little more aggression with how she presents her animal from that standpoint. I think once again that pig wants to kind of stop and put its head down, and we need just a little bit more aggression and maybe a little bit more taps towards the head and the neck to keep that hog moving and rolling. I think you've got the fundamentals down and doing a great job with that. I just need to keep that animal moving a little bit better and a little bit more sharper, I guess, with getting that pig's head up and keeping it going. Excellent dress attire here for Showmanship. He did a great job with that. I might need just a little bit more eye contact from you too, if you could certainly look at that camera. But great job today for doing a good job. Exhibitor number 11, I think once again, has the fundamentals down with Showmanship. That pig maybe isn't quite as cooperative for them with how they want to present themselves. That pig wants to kind of ride the fence and swivel back and forth for that exhibitor. Doesn't really want to take that control. So maybe be a little more aggressive if you can up towards that head and that neck, and tap that pig maybe just a little bit more harder to get that pig to go and to cooperate. The pig wants to here start circling around kind of your legs, and it makes it more difficult for you to show when the pig just kind of wants to ride that fence and to do that. So continue to practice with your animal. Maybe get that pig a little bit more out there in the center if you can, and maybe be a little bit more aggressive with your whip and presentation. But excellent job today. Exhibitor number 12, I think once again has a really good eye contact. She's got really good handle of how she presents that animal today. She maybe looks just a little more stiff or posty, I guess. So try to relax just a little bit more if you can to do that. And once again, you're really focused on that eye contact, and make sure you too are watching that animal to keep that hog moving and try to keep that pig's head up. But I think once again, you did an excellent job with how you presented yourself today. Good eye contact and dress attire as well. Thank you.